Hey Jewel fans!
I'm Chris.
And I'm Ronnie from the Jewel Writers Archive.
We're here with another one of our archive showcase segments, and this time we are talking about...
the shoes!
Shoes!
Yay!
Yes.
Now, okay, I always say there's a fun story, so I'm just going to say there's a story.
Of course.
The story is that I had these. Now, this that we're reviewing is not my original pair, but I had a pair. I didn't wear them though.
That's good.
I just got them for
collector
collecting.
you were as a child.
I know. So I got these in the original release, and as anything else, I got it at Walmart. I feel like Walmart had everything.
It was I remember seeing a lot of Jewel Rider stuff at Walmart. So.
Because I got these shoes, I got Tamara, I got
Drake and Gwen.
Did you?
Yeah, from Walmart. Yeah.
I mean, I kind of got some of the other toys everywhere else, but I just feel like Walmart, and Walmart was also the first place that I found Sunflower Guinevere too.
Oh, okay.
So, I just feel like Walmart is like the mecca for Jewel Riders.
That's so funny.
So we are going to talk about the shoes, and again, this is something that I had as a kid, but I just collected them. I never actually wore them.
This is another thing that I never saw until you owned it. So I never saw them in a store or anything. So
Gotcha. Sorry,
So,
subtle product placement.
oh my gosh. So let's start. We're gonna start with the box first, and then we'll move on to the shoes.
Yeah. So the box, as everything else,
Yes, has
my favorite
that
on
artwork.
it. Yes. Now, this is actually the Song of the Rainbow VHS artwork.
Yes.
They didn't redraw it.
Yeah, for once, something's not redrawn.
Right. So what I really love about this, though, is that you have the full expanse of the image.
Right.
So it goes all the way down to the bottom, it goes all the way to the top, and it's all the way out to the sides, and nothing is cut off.
Yeah. I don't think we saw another more expansive version of this image until the style guide cover. Yeah.
Exactly. So, and probably that's where they got this.
Probably.
This is probably the style
it's
guide.
straight off of the style guide.
But I love this artwork so much.
Yeah.
It's my favorite. So we have the girls standing in front of the Crystal Palace. Again, we have the Princess Guinevere and the Jewel Riders logo on there. So that's pretty much the front of the box. It makes lovely artwork.
Yeah, it's great.
And then on the side of the box, we have a band. It continues with the blue color. And I think that this is actually the band that's from the style guide as well.
Is it?
So, yes, this is the band that's attached to the Pegasus. So this is the jewel band. So you have this jewel band that goes all around the length of the box top. And it has the sunstone, the heartstone, and the moonstone.
Yeah. It's a very pretty cover.
That is the lid to the box, and now
So
the actual box.
The actual box portion. On the inside, it's got that same border with the jewels running around it, and then on each of the sides, each of the long sides, it's got the three girls, each within her jewel, with their name and a little banner underneath.
And I love these particular ones. I think that we're going to probably have those as clip art soon. So if you haven't already looked, check out the clip art section on the Jewel Riders Archive because we have some available.
Yeah. And then on the short side of the box, it's got like a hot pink and hot blue background with the image of the merchandise image of the show.
I think that's the
I don't have my glasses on, sorry.
I think it's the merchandise. I think the difference is the dolls had a solid white of Jewel Riders, and then the rest of the merchandise was kind of similar to that, where, that's the merchandise logo.
And then a different Gwen with Sunstar in a Sunstone, as opposed to the plain Gwen on this side of the box.
And fun thing to note on this particular one with Sunstar, it has this blue thing around the sunstone.
Oh yeah, she's got a big gold chain with that sunstone.
She's a little ghetto.
I like it.
And there's the little tab that has
there's a little
tab
that pops up that says Princess Guinevere and the Jewel Riders. Then on the side, of course, it's 9, medium, white, pink, and purple. So that's the box.
Size 9. Something, though, that is interesting to me about this is that they chose blue.
Yeah, it's not...
You know...
It would have been much more likely to see purple or teal.
Exactly. Because you already are using the hot pink.
Yeah.
But perhaps what it was.
It's a little hard on the eyes to see all of the...
Well, that definitely could be, but I was going to say perhaps it's because of the fact that on the cover you already have such heavy blue
Right.
that they probably thought, well, then blue just probably looks
Yeah.
the best to go around it. But that didn't stop them in creating the shoes, because in the shoes themselves, they used the 3 main color palette.
Yes.
So over here in the eyelets of the shoe, we have pink, teal, and purple as well.
Yeah, it's a very, like, interesting... I've never seen that on a shoe, but I don't really look at children's
Right.
shoes.
So, but again, I mean, it's the color scheme,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
what I appreciate about it is the fact that someone actually looked at the style guide, looked at the color references, and then looked at the Pantone colors and made it accurate. So these are the shoes.
Yes.
So I'll be looking at the left foot, and you have the right foot.
Yes.
So let's go ahead and start with the right.
Okay. So, each of them comes with this little tag attached that you're obviously supposed to cut off. But again, it's that main image of the girls from the front of the box. On the back is one of the style guide, I believe, images of Sun, Star, and Gwen. But again, it's the one that has this big gold chain
The blue,
on Sun
yes.
Star. It says trademark and copyright 1995 New Frontier Entertainment, NFE, all rights reserved, worldwide representation by BEI. I think it's that like a Boba Entertainment International,
That
maybe.
sounds familiar.
Yeah, so then from there is a little plastic charm that's attached, which would also fall off when you would cut it.
This was meant to come
if
off.
you cut off, yeah.
Right.
But which is really sad because it's really cute
Right.
Hearthstone charm on here. The front of the shoe has like a lace ruffle right there,
They love their ruffles.
apparently.
It's like the Gwen ruffle thing.
And there is a pattern. I don't know if you can see this or not. You can see it. You can see it around the back of the shoe. There's like a fabric pattern of the jewels. This, with the moonstone, the heartstone, and the sunstone right here. Plus an embossed logo of the show, which is maybe my favorite feature.
Oh, you like that?
Yeah, I really love that. It's on the back of the shoe, and it's on the tongue.
On the inside of the tongue.
Yeah. The other thing is there's a charm piece of the heartstone that wouldn't fall off that's into the shoe right here.
That's the light up part.
Yes.
So, because lighting up was all the rage in the 90s, there's a couple of
So there's
light
a-
up features.
yeah.
There's this one, and
There's-
then also in the front as well.
Yeah.
So when you walked, and
It would-
those ones would kind of blink,
Yeah.
I
So it's
believe.
magical.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think that it blinked. I'm pretty sure it did. Either that or it's just a rhinestone.
It sure looks like it would
I think
blink.
it would light up. But like many things,
Yes.
the batteries don't work anymore.
Of course. And then you've also got, I think, one of the coolest features on the shoe.
My
is
personal favorite.
Yeah, is this little hologram in a heart. Which is, I don't know if you can see this.
It's a little
or not.
lenticular piece.
Yeah, it's a lenticular sticker. And it will switch from Gwen surrounded by stars to the 3 girls in the heart image. And these are all stock images.
Right.
Yeah. So it's really cool. And then, of course, the bottom is just white with some purple.
But this is where there was a variance, because the shoes that I had on the bottoms had the 3 jewels.
Oh.
It had the sunstone and the heartstone and
how cool
and
is
everything,
that?
and the
Okay.
moonstone. So I remember seeing someone at school who had the pattern of the sun, the moon, and the heart on the bottom of their shoes. And I remember as a child, I like harassed her and I was like, are those Jewel Rider shoes? Or like, you know, did you like get those and take them off or
my
something? In my head, like she defiled a pair of shoes and put them on another thing. So then that leads me to believe that whoever it was that manufactured these shoes either reuse those soles elsewhere.
Okay.
Because I can't imagine that a sun, a heart, and a moon, you know, were something that they just had on stock. And it was like, oh, we happen to have this. Let's use it on these shoes.
Yeah.
But then why wouldn't these have them on them? That's the
Yeah.
frustrating thing. But I specifically remember that they had those on the bottoms of the shoes.
Interesting.
So, unless I'm just losing my mind, which is also a very good possibility. But I remember that.
Okay.
And I remember
Cool.
the 3 symbols.
Cool.
So, reviewing kind of essentially the left shoe, it's essentially the same thing. We have the embossed logo on the back. You have the fabric pattern on the back heel and also on the inside of the tongue. You have the embossed logo on the front side of the tongue as well as the fabric on the front side of the tongue. And it's a very hard kind of fabric, and there's also like shimmering a pattern to it, so it's like as if it has like glitter.
Yeah, it's almost like there's a glitter glue overlay on top of the fabric.
Because everything had to have magic and glitter, right?
Yes.
So there's that, and then again, the eyelets are color coordinated to the show's color. You have the little ruffle in the front. I feel like these little, like those, I don't think those would light up too. There's so many features on these that I'm like, well, it could possibly light up. And then you also have the heart as well. You know, I wonder, maybe not all of them, because it doesn't necessarily say anywhere on here that it lights up. So I wonder if maybe the ones that had the sun icons on the bottom were the light up versions, and these weren't, and maybe these were produced first, maybe they were produced after, because I'm wondering, again, I mean, I bought these many years later in auction, so I don't know if they actually did, but I specifically remember my personal pair, which unfortunately have just been lost to time, so I have no idea where those went. But yes, fun memory.
Yeah,
so
these are a great
the
thing.
Princess Guinevere and the Jewel Rider's shoes, and then they also have the lenticular on the site as well.
Probably one of the rarest pieces
I would
in
say
the Archives collection.
Right. And I just love these sizing. I mean, obviously it wouldn't fit anyone.
Literally
but I mean,
the size of my hand.
Exactly. But for archival purposes, this is like the perfect size. And like the box is small enough that it fits in with the rest of the stuff. So
much better than storing a men's size 11.
Right.
You know.
Although if it was, I would probably be
Would
able to
you wear
it.
Yeah.
Exactly. So all in all, that is the little shoes.
Yes.
And then they fit all nicely together, back together like that. And then we will put the lid back on it. And that is the shoes.
Shoes, cool.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yay.
It's a really neat piece.
Right.
It's a really neat piece.
Well, thanks so much for tuning in.
Yeah.
And as we always say, make sure to like and subscribe.
And let us know down below, did you own these shoes? Do you know anybody who owned these shoes?
Were you the girl on the playground that had those shoes?
Do you have a picture of yourself wearing these shoes from 1995? Please send it to us.
Most definitely.
All right, well, until next time, friends together.
Friends forever.
All right.
Bye.
By the magic of the Sunstone, you're tuned into the Jewel Riders Archive.